Hey everyone, I'm Jasmine.
I'm Chris.
Today with Live Kindly, we're going to be taking you along a what I eat in a day vlog style video, and we're going to be sharing 2 awesome vegan recipes for you to try at home.
We also have a few fun activities planned. We're gonna be taking the boys for a little walk and showing you some cute clothes that they have.
And let's get started.
We currently live in the Pacific Northwest around Portland, Oregon.
And we've both been vegan for 9 years and 8 years respectively.
Yep.
So I started Sweet Simple Vegan when I was in college back in 2013 because I wanted to show my friends and family what I was eating as a vegan. They thought I was crazy at the time. They thought vegans just ate carrots and lettuce, and I wanted to show them that there was so much more beyond that, that I could still make the recipes that I grew up eating but made out of 100% plants, and that's basically where Sweet Simple Vegan was born.
And in 2015, Jasmine and I met, and then we shortly thereafter started collaborating, and in 2016, we joined forces to do this together.
We like to say that we can't tell people to go vegan without giving them options as to what to eat other than animal products. So I think we got a wide variety on our blog. We've been working on it for 7 years now, and still a lot more recipes to come.
So we veganized everything from vegan fried chicken to mozzarella sticks, and we just made a lasagna that is
amazing.
Next level. So we always do our best to replicate all the flavors and tastes that you're familiar with before you go vegan, so it's easier to transition.
I don't know if you could see Louie, he's been hiding, but we got 2 dogs, one right here, one right here. So I think that's all we have to say, and let's get started. So I am in charge of breakfast today, and for breakfast I'm making a chickpea scramble. Typically scrambles are made out of tofu, but I wanted to do a soy-free option today, so I'm going to show you how I make it. It is very simple, it is really delicious, packed with protein, so let's get started. So in a heated pan with some oil, I'm going to add in some onions as well as some garlic. Lots of garlic, we love garlic in this house. And I'm just going to cook this until they begin to soften, about 3 to 4 minutes or so. Next up, I'm adding some peppers. You could really use whatever pepper you like, jalapeno, bell pepper. We actually have some Anaheim peppers today left over from some tamales that we made last week. And we're just going to cook these for about a minute or 2, just until they start to soften up. The next thing I'm adding are some fresh tomatoes, and we just dice these up. And then I also have some taco seasoning. You can totally make your own seasoning at home, but we're taking the easy route, and we just got the pre-mixed stuff just to simplify this recipe. Next, I'm adding in some fries, plant-based pea protein grounds. These are awesome because you just add them to the pan frozen, and they're really easy to cook, really easy to incorporate into your recipes, and a great way to add some more plant protein. So I'm going to add those in. And what's awesome is these grounds are actually soy-free, so this whole recipe is going to be soy-free since the scramble is made out of chickpea flour. And the last ingredient I'm adding are some greens, because we try to get as many greens as we can throughout the day, and this is a great recipe to throw them into. So I'm just going to add those in, fold them through, and just cook it until they're nice and soft. And I finely chopped it so that they'll cook faster. All right. Last but not least, I'm just going to add some salt and a little bit of black pepper and mix that through. Right. Then we're just going to set this mixture to the side. Next up, I'm prepping my chickpea egg. Super easy. The first ingredient is chickpea flour, along with some nutritional yeast, garlic powder, some turmeric for some color. Then I'm just going to whisk that until everything is evenly distributed. Then I'm going to add in some vegetable broth. This will help make it into a nice, smooth batter. I'm also adding in a pinch of black pepper and a small pinch of salt. And then later on, when we cook it, we'll taste it and just add more as needed. So this is ready to go. And now I am taking the same pan that I cooked in before. You want to keep all those seasonings in there. You don't need to clean it out. I'm going to take some oil and just drizzle that in and let that heat through a bit. And now all I'm going to do is just pour in my batter. All right, and this is going to seem a little gloopy, a little globby, but it'll come together, trust me. Just keep mixing it around and it's gonna seem like it's not done, but it'll get there. As you can see, it's starting to solidify and kind of look like scrambled eggs. It's pretty cool. So I'm gonna give this a little taste just to make sure it's seasoned well enough. Ooh, that fell into my hand. Perfect, beautiful. I'm actually gonna add a little tiny bit more black pepper. Just a pinch more. I really like black pepper on my eggy alternatives. And then some black salt. So this is called kala namak, and Thai and sulfur, it has that eggy smell and that eggy taste, and it really adds that flavor to vegan egg substitutes, so I would highly recommend it. You can find them at Indian grocery stores. You could also find it online. I'm just gonna add a pinch of that. And you wanna add this at the end of cooking so that it doesn't cook off the flavor, because this is pretty much done. So I'm just going to toss that through real quick, and we are ready to plate and eat. So to start, I'm just going to put down a base of our vegan egg mixture. And I'm doing enough for 2, so I need to just make sure I have enough left for 2. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna add a little more. Chris eats more than me. All right, so we got our vegan egg down. Next, I'm going to take the taco mixture that I made with those fries, plant-based pea protein grounds, and I'm just going to add that on top. Super simple. I'm so excited for this. It smells amazing. Okay. I'm adding on some sliced avocado. Then I have some fresh cilantro. Ooh. And last but not least, we have a chipotle crema that we prepped last week, and we had a lot of extra. I thought it would go perfect with this recipe. This is really easy to make. In order to prep it, we just soaked some cashews and added them to a blender, along with some chipotle peppers and adobo, lemon juice or lime juice, garlic and onion powder, smoked paprika, and some water to blend, and then season it with salt and pepper to taste, and it is delicious and perfect for this recipe. I'm just going to drizzle that on top. And there you go. Our beautiful soy-free vegan scramble is done. I'm so excited to eat this. All right, final time to eat. Cheers. I got my matcha latte.
Got my coffee.
Why do you have both forks? What's going on here?
Oh, this is all for me. I'm excited.
I hope
this
you
looks
like
so
this.
good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mmm.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
10 out of 10. Highly recommend you try this out.
I love the texture of these fry grounds.
They turned out awesome. They're super easy to season and cook up, and delicious.
Wow.
Here comes Louie. Hey,
Louie,
Lou.
hungry, bub?
Want to come say hi? So we are actually going to be taking these little guys on a little walk coming up. And I say these little guys because we got 2, but one of them, he's having the time of his life upstairs. We probably should check on him soon. But we're going to finish breakfast and we'll take you guys along for some fun. All right, here's dog number 2 making an appearance. We are going to take them on a W-A-L-K. I can't say the word because they'll go crazy. And we decided we're going to do a little doggy fashion show with you to show you all of their wardrobe options for today because it's kind of cold and rainy outside.
Today, Barry is modeling his security hoodie.
Here we got Louie sporting a hand-me-down plaid shirt from his older brother, Barry. We got Barry sporting this beautiful raincoat with a hood. All right, last outfit for Lou, the winner in my book. I think this is the winner for Bear. So let's get started.
Lou, you look so handsome.
It's funny because Louie hates the rain, but Barry is thriving right now. He's loving life. Okay.
We just got home from our walk and it was really cold and rainy, so I thought it would be a good idea to warm us up with some chili. If you've never made chili before, it's super easy. You just need one pot, you throw everything in, you heat it up, and you have a delicious meal. It's also really hearty, especially in the winter months. And we're gonna be using this Oumph, which is a really cool product. It's barbecue flavored, so you don't need to do any really additional seasonings. So it mimics like pulled pork and it has that same like shredded texture. And then we're gonna also use this Like Chicken, which is like a chicken substitute from a brand called LikeMeat, which is really, really good too. So we're gonna add both of those in. It'll give it a nice bit of protein and make the soup even more hearty. And this whole recipe is gluten-free, so that is a plus if you are looking to eat that way. So let's get cooking. I have our pot going on medium heat right now, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of oil. And I'm gonna let this just heat up just a bit. So first we're gonna add in our onions, as well as our garlic. And we're just gonna let this saute for a minute or two. If you don't wanna use oil, you can saute with vegetable broth as well. So it's an option, but I like the way oil caramelizes and cooks the onions and garlic. And now we're gonna add in our celery, as well as our bell peppers. And we'll just give this a quick mix through. And now we're gonna add in our pulled Oumph. And this is just right from frozen. And the Oumph, as it cooks, it'll start to like pull apart and mock that pulled pork texture. And we're also gonna add in the Like Chicken, which is gonna do pretty much the same thing. And as they both cook, we'll kind of use our spatula to shred the meats, mock meats. And now we're gonna add in our beans. So we're just using pinto beans here, but you can use any type of bean that you prefer, whether it be black beans, kidney beans, or a mix of beans. We're just gonna add these in here. And then mix these through. And next we're gonna add in our fire roasted tomatoes. These are just diced in a can, and we wanna add the liquid, everything. You don't wanna drain them or anything because that liquid will have a lot of flavor. And if you can't find fire roasted tomatoes near you, you can just use regular diced tomatoes. And now we're gonna season our chili. So we have some cumin here, chili powder, vegan Worcestershire sauce, Worcestershire. I think that's how it's said. You want to make sure you buy a vegan variety of Worcestershire sauce because sometimes it has anchovies. So look on the back of the bottle just to make sure and verify. But there are a bunch of vegan brands out there, or brands that carry a vegan variety. And then we're going to add in a little bit of barbecue sauce here, some liquid smoke, and some smoked paprika. Ooh, this smells so good. And we're just gonna mix this all through. And now we're gonna add in our broth. We're using a vegan chicken broth, but you can use a vegetable broth or a vegan beef base as well. Whatever you really have access to. And then we're just gonna mix this all around. We're also gonna add in some bay leaves for a little bit extra flavor. So what we have to do from here is let this come to a boil. We'll cover it and then let it simmer for about 30 minutes. And then at the end, we have one more special ingredient, and then we are ready to eat. Our chili is done simmering. It smells so good, and just want to show an example of these Oumph pieces and how they shred it in here. Beautiful. So now I mentioned that magic secret ingredient, and believe it or not, it's chia seeds. So we're just gonna add these in, and we're just gonna mix it through, and this is gonna help our chili get nice and thick. So I'm just gonna mix this through, and then I'm gonna set it behind me for about 10 minutes or so while that thickens up. And in the meantime, we're gonna prepare some bread bowls. So if you wanted to make this completely gluten-free, you would just serve it in a regular bowl, but we love bread here and we're gonna be using some sourdough bread bowls. So I'm gonna cut those open and I'll show you what I do with those in a second. Now we're gonna prepare our bread bowls, and if you can't find sourdough bread bowls, you can also just serve this with toasted bread, and you can make garlic bread or you can just brush it with oil, the same way we're gonna do here. So basically we're just gonna cut about a 1/2 inch deep at an angle around the loaf. Then we'll just take the top off. And then we're just gonna wanna remove the insides of this, and we're gonna set those aside. So we're just gonna pop the bread bowl and everything we just pulled out of it onto a baking sheet. And we're just gonna brush the inside with olive oil until it's nice and coated. And then we're just gonna stick it in the oven for a few minutes to get nice and toasty. This will help when we put the chili in, it's gonna be nice and crispy and it won't sog the bread up as much. Our chili's done, smelling delicious. Bread bowls are toasted up. Now all that's left to do is put them in our bowls. Ooh, I am starving right now. So I'm just gonna fill these up, and then we do have some scraps of bread to the side that we're also gonna eat our chili with. You could dip it in. You could put a little garlic on it if you want, little herbs. We're just gonna top this with some sour cream, some vegan cheese shreds, and then some green onions. And there we go, let's eat.
Chris is finally done prepping lunch, and it took a little longer than anticipated because
I had to take photos, do the whole shebang.
You can check them out on LiveKindly's website. Hopefully you like them because I'm really happy with how they turned out. Anyways, while Chris was shooting, I already ate 1.5 of the tops of the bread because I was really hungry.
I'm kind of jealous.
So this is all that's left, but we are going to dig into our chili. I'm so excited. I actually have not even tried this yet. This is a Conscious Chris special recipe, so is it hot?
It used to be. Wow.
Oh my God.
That's just chicken?
Wow.
Really good texture.
The pork.
The oomph.
The oomph, wow. Thanks, babe.
You're very welcome.
This turned out awesome. So that about wraps up our What I Eat in a Day video. We're just going to chill at home for the rest of the day, but I hope you enjoyed hanging out with us, and I hope you can try out these recipes.
If you enjoyed the video, you can find more of our content over at Sweet Simple Vegan, and stay tuned with Live Kindly. They have a whole bunch more recipes and videos coming out throughout the year.
And also thank you to Live Kindly for having us. We are very honored. We had a lot of fun putting this together, and we had a lot of fun eating these recipes, and we hope that all of you can try them out as well.
Absolutely. Wow.
Do you have anything else to add?
I don't think so. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you, and
hopefully we'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Bye.